Hey, welcome back Silver Bull fans, welcome back to Silver Bull channel. As you often know, we talk about some prepping stuff. One of the hardest things to prep is oil or fat. Now fat's very important in your diet because it produces a high amount of calories. Also, if you're going to cook, especially if you're cooking out in the bush or something like that and using a fire, you'll find you'll want some oil or something. It's very easy to fry something. It's a bit hard just to cook things in a pan without a little bit of oil in it. So it's important to have oil. The problem is with oils and fats, they're 8 times more able to absorb oxygen than water. So that's why it's so hard for a oil to stay fresh. Very quickly. Once the air gets into it, it can go rancid. This is some olive oil made by the by the olive tree here in Australia. If you're going to buy products, try to buy locally first. They've proven most of the oil coming from Europe into Australia is actually most of it's already off by the time it gets here. So you know, doesn't help it sitting on a shipping container and being shipped halfway across the world. Buy local if you can, even if it's like, you know, 50 cents, $1 more. You're better off to buy the local because it's going to be fresher and no doubt healthier for you. Okay, important oils, have them in something that is sealed. Better like this where it's a tin where you can't see through it. That way the sunlight can't get to it either. So like this, it's in a tin. It's very good to store that way, and that'll be good for at least a year. I'll try to find a use by date. Now the problem with oils, yeah, here's the use by date. It's probably can't see that. It's the 31st of October 2013. So you know, this video's being done in September 2012. So most oil is only good for a year, even sealed up like this in a tin where the air and sun can't get to it. You'd want to put it in a cool place. You can't even refrigerate it, they say online. Obviously the problem if you do that, it's likely to go hard on you. Don't worry too much about that. You just heat it up again and it'll melt back to its oil consistency. If you want to have a oil or fat that lasts a long time, like 10 years, hydrogenated oil is the way to go, or hydrogenated fat, or copper, animal fat. If you seal that up properly and it's out of the air and out of the light, that can last up to 10 years. Not your most healthy source of oil, but I mean in a prepping situation, better than nothing, and it'll certainly give you those calories. Obviously don't overdose on the fat. Too much fat will clog up your veins, give you a heart attack, and that's not what you're after, but a little bit of fat makes up a good part of an overall balanced diet. So what I'd say, keep some oil in a tin aside for at least, you know, short-term storage for a year in advance. That way if you have an earthquake or a flood or something like that, you have some oil on hand that you can use. For longer term storage, you're going to have to pursue other options, or keep rotating your tins on a regular basis. You know, as soon as it comes close to reaching that year, start using it and buy another tin to replace it. So if you've got a large prepping storage, you'll want to use this one regularly. Put it at the front of your storehouse because you'll want to keep recycling this one over and over again. Whereas, you know, your wheats, your grains and all that, if they're sealed up properly, you won't have to touch those for 30 years. Alright, that's Silver Bull channel out. Happy prepping.